Imagine a man from centuries ago, long before social media, satellites, or smartphones, whose name still echoes across an entire nation. His name, Gajah Mada, not just a historical figure but a symbol of ambition, loyalty, and power from one of the greatest empires Southeast Asia has ever seen, Majapahit. But who really was Gajah Mada? Let's dive in. This isn't your usual history lesson. This is the story of a man whose dream changed a continent. He wasn't born a prince. Gajah Mada came from a common family in 13th century Java. But from a young age, he stood out. Mind, strong body, and a fire in his eyes that said, "I was born to lead." His name, Gajah Mada, is deeply symbolic. Gajah means elephant, powerful, unstoppable. Mada implies passion, spirit, and determination. And those two things, power and purpose, would define the rest of his life. Gajah Mada began as a regular soldier, but he didn't stay that way for long. He rose quickly through the ranks, earning trust and respect. Eventually, he was appointed as commander of the Ankara, the royal bodyguards of Majapahit. But his defining moment came during a rebellion. A powerful noble named Rakuti tried to overthrow the king. In the chaos, Gajah Mada stepped up. With smart tactics and fierce loyalty, he rescued the king and crushed the rebellion. That victory didn't just save a king, it forged a legend. Then came the day Gajah Mada took the biggest risk of his life. He was promoted to Prime Minister of Palapa, and during his inauguration, he made a bold declaration: "I shall not taste Palapa rest. No flesh until the whole archipelago is united under Maj." That's the famous Sumpah Palapa, a pledge not to enjoy life until his mission of unity was fulfilled. It wasn't just a personal goal. It was a blueprint for a unified Indonesia centuries before the nation even existed. Words weren't enough for Gajah Mada. He got to work, one by one. He brought islands and kingdoms under Majapahit rule: Bali, Sumatra, Borneo, Sulawesi, even parts of the Malay Peninsula, sometimes through diplomacy, sometimes through war, but always with the same goal: unity. Remember, this was without modern technology, no phones, no planes, no Google Maps, just vision, strategy, and sheer determination. He wasn't just a general, he was a mastermind. But ambition has a price. And Gajah Mada paid it during one dark chapter, the Battle of Bubat. Majapahit king wanted to marry a Sundanese princess, but Gajah Mada saw this as a political opportunity. He wanted the Sunda kingdom to surrender. When they refused, violence broke out. The Sundanese royal family was massacred. The wedding became a bloodbath. It was a turning point. Gajah's name, once cheered, became controversial. Though he kept his title, his power slowly faded, and soon, he disappeared from the spotlight. Nobody knows exactly when Gajah Mada died. There are no grand monuments or detailed chronicles, but he left behind something far more powerful: a united empire, a vision of archipelagic unity. He laid the groundwork for what centuries later would become the modern nation of Indonesia. Today, his name lives on, etched on university gates, city streets, military academies, and history books. Gajah Mada wasn't a god. He wasn't perfect. He made bold moves. He made mistakes. But what made him special was his dream. A dream to unite people, different islands, languages, and cultures into one force, one vision. And in a time of kings and wars, he dared to imagine a nation. So, next time you pass a road called Gajah Mada Street, or hear about the Palapa Oath, don't just think of history. Think of a young man with fire in his soul, who stood up and said, "I will not rest until we are one."